So one of the biggest mistakes that we see people making, whether you're a gym or an online coach, is...
On this week's episode of the podcast, we talk all things Meta ads and how to make more money from them in 2025.
There's no silver bullet that's going to cut all your ad costs in one day. So you also need to understand that if you're going to run ads, you need to look at the data behind those ads.
Everyone listening and watching this podcast should have the mentality that I want to improve by 1%. A lot of people watching this, they track KPIs across all of their business. But when it comes to Meta, they'll be like, oh no, that's too complicated. That's too hard. I just need someone to do it for me.
You wouldn't just hire an accountant and never check your bank account.
What we again see is some business owners, their conditioning and their thought process around lead generation is... Let's jump into the episode. Welcome to this episode of the podcast, How to Make More Money from Facebook Ads in 2025 and beyond. It doesn't matter what your business model is in the fitness industry. You may be an online coach. You might be a physical bricks and mortar gym. Your gym model might be open gym. It might be a coach facility. Whatever your business model is, if you're a serious fitness business owner and you have spent money on Meta ads and you're looking to spend even more money on Meta ads in 2025 so that you can acquire new ideal customers coming through the door and grow your business, this episode is for you. I'm joined by Toby from the FMA team. Welcome to the podcast, Toby. Can you just tell everyone what you do at FMA day in, day out, and more importantly, how much ad spend you oversee every single year?
Yeah, I'm the paid ads manager here at FMA. So my day-to-day inside of the business is to manage FMA's ads to acquire new customers. I do some consulting with one-to-one clients and then oversee the overall strategy for our 400 plus clients. So the total ad spend for that a year is about £2 million.
So you're in Meta dashboard day in, day out, anywhere from 8 hours up to 12 hours a day. You're literally switching from different client accounts. You know exactly what's working, what's not. And there's no one better in the fitness industry when it comes to Meta ads than yourself. So we're going to jam on 7 subjects. What's the first one?
So we're going to start off with the front end offer.
Cool. So this isn't specifically about Meta ads in terms of the technicalities and the back end and all of that stuff. What this is about is how to be more profitable with Meta ads. So one of the biggest problems we see across the board is a fitness business owner. Again, doesn't matter if they're online, if they're physical bricks and mortar gym, is they're not charging enough money. Now, I know it's very easy for me to say, hey, increase your prices with not knowing the demographic that you're targeting, not knowing your local area, not knowing the economics of your business. But what I know to be true is the fitness industry as a whole, we undercharge versus if we look at other people in different niches, different industries. You know, if we look at physios, osteopaths, and massage therapists, they're all charging good amounts of money for their expertise, their knowledge, and their service. But for some reason, and I'm not sure why, the fitness industry typically undercharge. So the reason that we put this down as point number 1 is the higher your front end price, the more profitable your business will be. But more importantly, your ROI from advertising on Meta will be stronger. So let's imagine there's 2 gyms in the same area targeting people in that area. And gym number 1, their front end offer is say 6 weeks for £100. And then gym number 2, their front end offer is 6 weeks for £400. They're marketing the same similar messages to the audience in terms of, hey, if you join our gym, you'll get fitter, stronger, you improve your confidence and so on. They're getting clicks, they're getting opt-ins, they're getting buyers. But ultimately, the gym that is charging the higher price, $400 for the initial 6 weeks, is going to get a better ROI from the Facebook ads and the money they're pumping into the machine, which is Meta. So the first takeaway that I really want everyone to consider is, when was the last time that you put your prices up and your front end offer price up? And again, it's very easy for me just to, from not knowing the inner workings of your business, to say, hey, increase your prices and everything like that. But what I see across the board is we're undercharging as an industry. And the quickest and easiest way to be more profitable and make more money from your advertising spend is just to slightly increase that front end offer so that you can get a better ROI ongoing. So yeah, Toby, do you want to add to that point?
Yeah, the easiest way to increase the money you're making from your ads is to charge more money. There's no silver bullet that's going to cut all your ad costs in one day. So the easiest way to make more is to charge more.
Let's go on to point number 2.
Yeah, so point number 2 is the mindset around your leads.
So yeah, what we again see is some business owners, their conditioning and their thought process around lead generation is completely off in terms of their expectations. So as a business owner, there's going to be inquiries, and there's going to be walk-ins, and there's going to be leads coming at you hopefully every single week. Now, some leads are always going to be better and more suited than others. But my opinion on this is that everyone is a buyer of fitness. If you breathe oxygen, you need to look after your body. You need to eat well, you need to move your body, and you need to partake in some sort of physical activity to stay healthy and disease-free. So my mentality is that everyone is a buyer of fitness. It's not like everyone listening to this podcast is selling dream kitchens. So if I was to go and look and inquire to buy my dream kitchen, it could be anywhere from 50,000 up to 100,000 investment to buy my dream kitchen. I would most probably go to a number of different kitchen websites. I would go to the kitchen showrooms. I'd speak to their sales reps. I'd go and touch and see and feel the kitchen. I would get a brochure. And the buying cycle for buying my dream kitchen would be very long versus fitness is very short. I'm overweight and I'm happy with how I look in the mirror. My trousers don't do up. I feel out of breath going up the stairs. I can't chase my kids around the garden without getting out of breath. I know I need to do something. All of my friends are on medication. I know I need to take action now. And if I see an advertisement and I give my data into Meta to that said business, like that is someone who is majorly interested in changing their life. And the sales cycle is pretty short versus someone who's buying a dream kitchen or anything. Because as I said, the dream kitchen, 50,000 upwards versus, most people listening to this podcast, your front end offer is, under 500. So pretty easy. If someone has a job and they can speak English, if they see an advertisement from you, most people can pull together the front end money to engage and start in a program. So going back to like the leads, like a lead that walks into your facility or a lead that is a referral or a lead that goes to your website and fills in the contact us form versus a lead that comes in via Instagram, Facebook, Meta. Can you just break down, Toby, the difference and the mentality of maybe a buyer that does option 1 versus option 2, which is Meta?
Yeah, if someone goes on your website or they walk into your gym, they're directly coming to you for a solution to the problem that they already know they have, and they see you as the solution to that problem. Whereas with a paid ad, you're actively going out into the market, offering help. And then they're registering their interest. They're clicking on the ad. They're going on your page. They're filling out the information. They're clicking submit. There's still high intent there, but you're just comparing how easy it is to get the sale from someone that fills out a form on your website compared to having to actually speak to someone that's inquired with you.
A referral is like all day, every day is going to be a much easier buying sales process than someone who's come from Meta, like hands down. Same for us at FMA, same for everyone listening or watching this podcast. So Barbara or John, they could literally just be in their car, the traffic lights are red, they get on their phone and they start scrolling, Instagram or Facebook, they see an advert and they quickly opt in. Or they literally could just be in bed, their girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, their spouse is next to them asleep, it's in the middle of the night and they can't sleep and they're scrolling, they see an ad, they click, they opt in their data. They could literally just be on the toilet, just scrolling, and they opt in their data. So they will resonate with the advertisement copy. They most probably want to get stronger, fitter, lose a few pounds and inches and improve confidence. And they submit their data into Meta that then goes to the gym owner or the online coach versus someone that comes in from a referral or a website contact us form. They're still leads, but they're at different stages of a buying cycle. And the leads that come in from Meta, 2 things need to occur. One, they just need to be nurtured a little bit differently to someone who's a referral or a website contact us form. Secondly, they need to most definitely have a sales process. Because if someone is a referral, they're pre-sold by their friend that has referred them. If someone is a website contact us form, they have actively gone out of their way to research your business and find your website and enter their data. Versus someone who is coming in from Meta, they need a little bit more of that nurturing process, and they definitely need a sales conversation, which leads us on to point number 3, which is
getting better at sales.
So getting better at sales. If I speak to any online coach, any gym owner, they will all tell me they're really good at sales. But when we secret shop them, it's a completely different story. And there's a reason, at Fitness Marketing Agency and our previous podcasts over the last few weeks have been very sales orientated and sales heavy. There's a reason when someone joins FMA, we bring them into our office for sales bootcamp, and we even go out to other locations across the world to deliver sales coaching in person, is because it doesn't matter if you've come from a sales background, if you have zero experience in sales, if you've been through some sort of business mentorship or business coaching, business mastermind, and you've acquired some sales skills. Everyone listening and watching this podcast should have the mentality that I want to improve by 1%. And it's the same with working out. You don't just lift a pair of dumbbells once and then suddenly you're fit for life. And it's the same with sales. You don't just do one sales course or get some coaching on sales and then suddenly you know how to sell, and every single sales call for the rest of your life is going to be easy. Sales always change, and it's so important to consistently upgrade your mentality, your thinking, and your sales processes and systems, because 100%, and again, points 1, 2, and 3 of this podcast so far, they sort of all interlink, is a Facebook, a Instagram lead is much harder to sell to than a referral, but people still successfully sell to a Meta lead. So Toby, do you want to add on that sales front?
So one of the biggest mistakes that we see people making, whether you're a gym or an online coach, is people who think they can just run ads straight to a payment page for £250 a month, £300 a month. But really, like that prospect, you don't know if they're a right fit for your community. You might not want them in your gym or you're in your community group. When if you're just running ads for leads, you get to then vet them before they come in. You got to make sure they're the right fit, and also there's a higher quantity and quality of person that you're going to be bringing in with the lead generation ads or a sales conversion ad, rather than running straight to a payment page.
I think too many business owners are looking for too many shortcuts. And in an ideal situation, like even us at FMA, I would love people just to go to a web page and buy now and give us money. And it's the same for everyone listening and watching this. But the reality is that just doesn't happen. So if you have in the past just ran Meta ads to a buy now landing page or website, or even your like booking system, whatever the booking system is, the reality is you just like literally just burn through money. And what you said is so like crucial. You want to vet everyone who comes into your program, into your gym, into your online community, because ultimately you want to get them results. You want them to be a good fit. All it takes is one person who disrupts like your whole business by their energy, by their negative comments, by their failure to follow instructions and actually do what needs to happen, actually do the work. So that sales call is so important to vet people. So I know this podcast is about Meta ads, but the first 3 subjects that we focused on is front-end offers, mindset towards leads and sales. And we haven't really talked Meta, but I thought it was important to cover those 3 elements because there's lots of levels to Meta, but those are the foundations, is to get your front-end offer right, have a good mindset towards lead generation and marketing, and know how to sell. So if you get those 3 foundational elements in place, your results with Meta are going to be through the roof. So now let's switch and go into Meta a little bit more. So we're going to talk about the dashboard. So the first time anyone goes into the back end of Meta and look at the dashboard, at first glance, it does look confusing. But can you just explain the best way to set up a dashboard and why it's important fitness professionals, fitness business owners, people listening and watching this podcast get to know and learn the back end of a Meta dashboard?
Before we go into like exactly how to set up the dashboard, it's important to understand why you need to understand the dashboard. You wouldn't just hire an accountant and never check your bank account, and you wouldn't have like a head coach but never look at the report they're giving you on retention. So you also need to understand that if you're going to run ads, you need to look at the data behind those ads. So the key metrics that I would look to have in my dashboard, and you can toggle these on and off, is your spend. So exactly how much you're spending each day, each month. Then your results, that could be your leads, your link clicks, your video views. Then your cost per results, your cost per lead. It's important to understand exactly how much you're paying for each lead. And then also important to see your frequency. So how many times each ad is being seen by your audience. I think before we jump into like the metrics you need to see inside the dashboard, it's important to understand, why you need to understand the numbers and what the benefits are of this. And it's exactly the same as every other decision in your business. You won't run it purely on emotion. You need to see like the numbers behind it. If you're looking at your retention rate or your bank account, you need to understand what you're looking at.
And the reason that we're talking about this is far too many fitness professionals, fitness business owners, gym owners, online coaches, they will tell the narrative two things. One, I'm not very good at tech. Number two, I don't have time to do marketing, or I don't have time to do Facebook, Instagram ads. So can you just counter that and tell me why people need to pay attention to these metrics? And if they are not very good at technology, why it's so easy to learn? And then secondly, can you just talk about and sort of counter the argument, if I am saying I'm too busy to do marketing, to understand Meta, why that's the wrong thinking?
Yeah, I think if you think you're too busy to like understand Meta or understand like how Facebook ads can work, then the argument is, are you too busy to look into your gym or fitness business and see why people are leaving? Or are you too busy to look in your bank account? And the answer is no to both of those. So you're not too busy to look at the back end of what's getting you clients and getting you leads.
Because Meta is the easiest way to grow your business and make money. If I turn on an ad at 10 a.m., by 3 p.m., it should have kicked in and I should start to get inquiries. And if I'm good at sales, by 7 o'clock that night, I should have made my first 1, 2, 3 sales. And for a gym owner, online coach to say, I'm too busy to look at the number one thing that is going to make them money is absolutely crazy. Can you just touch upon someone who tells the story or tells the narrative, I'm not very good with tech?
Yeah, so every day, every week, every month, Meta makes it easier and easier for anyone to go in, set up ads. And also if you tidy up the dashboard with what I've just said, it will just mean that you can log in and see like the core numbers you need to see. Like you don't need to go in and see exactly to the exactly one person how many times your ad's been seen or exactly the device that they're on. You don't need to see these things that day to day. You just need to see an overview of how much money you've spent, the results you're getting, how much those are costing you, and just an overview of how many times your ads are being seen, so you're not just spamming the audience.
And just like you said earlier, like most people listening or watching this podcast, they will go into their online banking every single day and glance at it, check at it for like 1-2 minutes and then close the app down. So what you're saying is exactly the same for Meta ads.
Yeah, if you don't want to keep an eye on what's bringing in the customers for you, then you're kind of looking in the wrong places, and there's no point checking your bank account if you're not actually acquiring any customers.
So at FMA, we pride ourselves on teaching our clients how to do marketing, because there's that famous saying that if you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. If you teach a man how to fish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. And ultimately, that's the game that FMA is in. We want more people in this industry to understand marketing, to have the knowledge and insight to make decisions for themselves when it comes to marketing, when it comes to Meta. So what would you say to a gym owner or online coach who will say, I just want you to do all my marketing for me?
So you could hire someone to do it all for you, but you still need to understand the data that you're getting, what you're seeing, and where your money is going. You don't just want someone to say, here's some leads, try and sell them. You need to understand like how much those leads are going to cost your business, what your cost per acquisition is. You don't just want the leads given to you and you're not actually understanding what's going on for your business. And you also need to understand how your business is being perceived by your ideal demographic. You don't just want them to run ads without you ever seeing them.
I think, let's imagine that everyone listening or watching this podcast had no idea how to squat, lunge, press, pull. They had no idea on human movement. They had no understanding of nutrition. If they were then to outsource the deliverabilities on the gym floor or in their online coaching to another coach or a company that does done-for-you program design or done-for-you nutrition, would their attrition rate be higher or lower? And the answer is it would most probably be higher, because that fitness professional, the gym owner, the online coach, has no idea the inner workings of that program to get the customer the end result that they're looking for. So I don't know. We're working with over 400 people inside of FMA, and none of them outsource their programming at all. And many people who are not part of FMA, I guarantee none of you are outsourcing your programming. You all do your programming yourself, or you have a head coach that does the programming for you. So you can keep an eye on it, you understand it, and this all leads to the attrition rate. And it's the same with marketing. If you just fully outsource your marketing and you have no understanding or idea of the metrics, it's crazy. And a lot of people watching this, they track KPIs across all of their business. But when it comes to Meta, they'll be like, oh no, that's too complicated. That's too hard. I just need someone to do it for me. But again, going back to the horror stories, we know and heard horror stories of people doing ads for gym owners or online coaches, and they literally just like set the ad up and then like they don't contact them. They don't. So the gym owner online coach has no idea what's going on. They can't even log into their own ad account to have a look, and all they keep getting are these Meta bills of money going out their account, and they're getting hardly any lead flow coming into their business. It's a very dangerous place to be in.
Yeah, and you wouldn't outsource your coaching, you wouldn't outsource your Instagram content. So why do you outsource like the ads? All of these things are part of your business, whether it's the delivery, how you're perceived in your local area or by your audience, and you wouldn't outsource your ads as well.
The more understanding you have around the deliverabilities on the gym floor or in your online coaching, you're going to have a better product. The better you are at sales, the more people you're going to be able to convert into paid customers. And it's the same with marketing. The more information and the more tactical awareness you have and the better understanding of psychology around buying fitness, like you're going to become a stronger marketer, which ultimately controls every lever in your business, and your business is going to be better. So it's absolutely crazy to completely outsource the marketing. At FMA, as I said, we do a lot of the marketing for our clients, but we also teach our clients. Like, we're an open book. We share everything that works because we want our customers to understand marketing to a greater level so that they can then make better decisions for their business and ultimately be more profitable. So the next point around Meta ads and how to be more profitable from Meta ads and how to make more money from it is a 12-month marketing calendar. Let's just jam on that. Over to you, Toby.
Yeah, so it's super important each month to understand like who you want to target, why you want to target them, and then what are you going to do with every other audience. So if you're a gym or a PT, like realistically, you could help anyone aged 25, 30, all the way up to 50, 60. But you can't just blanket target that same audience every month for 12 months.
So that's like one of the biggest mistakes that we see is a gym or an online coach will just put out one advert, blanket target both men and women between a massive age range. And so what you're saying is ultimately, if you're 25 years old, if you're 35 years old, if you're 45 years old, your needs and wants are completely different. So the marketing that's going out into the marketplace, if a business is blanket targeting a massive age range, is basically going to be wasted.
Yes, you need to split up that age range. You need to break it down. So a month one, you might just do like the busy mums within your audience for the lead generation sales campaigns. Then month two, it might be that older demographic. Month three, you might want to go for people that purely want to build muscle. But then in the back end of this, you know every month what your next plan is, and then as you see fatigue towards the end of the month, you don't have to go, oh no, I'm going to have to target that same audience again, because you already know next month is a different audience. Next month is a new batch of people that haven't seen ads recently.
Can you talk about one of our online clients, Samantha, and her niche, and then what we do with the marketing to target sub-niches of her niche?
Yeah, so with Samantha, she helps menopausal women. And if she was just to target ads for the whole of the UK and the ads just said, I help menopausal women achieve XYZ, no one's really going to click it because it doesn't appeal to everyone. You don't label yourself as a menopausal woman. But if you address that, like, I help, menopausal women overcome, a problem, it might be fatigue. And then you have another ad that addresses another problem and another problem. And then,
so like sleep, or a menopausal woman that have gained excess weight.
Yeah, and you might see the fatigue ad, but that doesn't appeal to you. But then you see the sleep one, and you go, that's me, or the excess weight, that's me. And then you click it, and you have to address these different problems as well.
So what we do for our online coaches and Samantha is very similar to what we do for the gym owners, where we're ultimately putting different messages and different marketing out consistently in the news feed, so certain pieces of advertisement connect to certain audience members.
When an online coach or a gym will launch their ads for the very first time, they'll see mass opt-ins, they'll get loads of leads coming through the door, and over time that will fatigue. Now if you were to run ads to the exact same audience for all of like Q1 in 2025, and you get mass opt-ins in January, February it's a bit less, March it's even lower, and then over time, you're just getting less and less opt-ins, your costs are going up, cost per lead's gone up, cost per acquisition's gone up, you're going to make less and less money. And then when you want to go get live in Q2, you've already targeted everyone in your local area, everyone in your demographic, and then you've got to go again because there's no one different you can target.
and you basically fatigue the audience. And a lot of people talk about brand reputation in their local area for a physical gym. Can you just talk about like what's the mindset of a consumer who consistently just sees the same creative, the same copy, the same marketing funnel week after week, month after month? What are they thinking?
Yeah, if you see the same ads over and over and over, you just switch off. You'll think they're spammy, they're begging for customers. You just find it annoying, and every time you see it, you'll just go straight past it. We've all seen the TV adverts; they come on. As soon as it comes on, you know, oh, I'm off to the toilet, off to get a drink.
Because you've seen that TV advert 100 times.
100 times that week, every single week for the whole year.
To the point that like it annoys you and you disassociate from that company and brand.
Yeah.
It's the same for a physical bricks and mortar gym who are targeting, let's say in the town or city they're in, there's anywhere from, on the lower side, 75,000 people to target, up to 250,000 people to target. If you keep running that same creative, same offer, same ad, same landing page, people in that local area get fed up of your business.
Yeah, you've got to target, different people, different problem all the time. But if you have a calendar behind you, then there's kind of method behind it. You're not just kind of guessworking every time an ad slows down.
Can you just switch and talk about online coaches and why they have it a little bit easier, but also a little bit harder?
Yeah, online coaches have it, a little bit easier because they're not stuck to where they want to target. If you're a gym, you have to keep it local. You can't target the other side of the country just to get leads, because they're never going to come into you, they're never going to buy from you, so it's just wasted money. So online coaches have it easier in the sense that they can target anywhere, but then it's harder because they're targeting a mass amount of people. They've got to find the specific person that they want to help. If you're Samantha trying to find menopausal women, you've got to specifically try and find them inside of Facebook.
So an online coach could very easily just target inside the back end of Meta, and before you know it, they're hitting 1 million, 2 million, 3 million people. But what you're saying is they'll just burn through money, basically.
Yeah, you've got to then fine tune exactly how you're speaking to these people and finding the right people. You can't just, unless you're willing to spend, thousands a day, you're not really going to see the results unless you do the work to understand how to get the right people each time.
Hey, we'll get back to the episode in just 1 minute, but I just wanted to offer you the opportunity to get our free sales objection booklet and wall chart. There is nothing more frustrating than being told by a prospective client that they need more time, they need to talk to their partner, or they can't afford it. If you want to convert more of your prospects into clients, help more people, and earn more money, then this resource is for you. If you head over to fmasales.co, you can grab your free resource there.
What we do at FMA is we help the online coaches fine-tune their messaging to connect with their perfect niche and audience so that they get clicks, opt-ins, and conversations and buyers. And going back to the gym owners, so the gym owners, unless they're in central Dubai, London, New York, where there's mass population, most gym owners are in towns, rural villages. Their audience that they're targeting is, anywhere, as I said, 75,000 on the low side, up to a 250,000. But basically, they just need to be careful that they just don't annoy the audience with the same spammy messages. So something that we do at FMA, and it's this 12-month marketing calendar, is basically every single month we are launching different campaigns, targeting different demographics, to different offers, to different landing pages. So in the eyes of the consumer, it's something different. It's not the same person saying the same message with the same offer. And this is one thing I just want to touch upon quickly, is far too many online coaches and gyms, they are stuck in their ways when it comes to their front end offer. Can you just talk about this quickly?
Yeah, if someone sees the same offer every single day of every single week of every single year, and it might be a 30-day trial, they'll eventually just become numb to this phrasing of a 30-day trial. You can just change how you phrase it, or just change it to 6 weeks or 12 weeks. Either way, you're making the sale. Either way, they're coming into your gym, and either way, they're paying you.
You mean a 30-day paid trial, right?
Yes.
And what you mean by that is, like, someone sees a gym offering 30 days paid trial, or they might see an online coach offer a 6-week front end like challenge or offer, whatever it is. And for whatever reason, that might not appeal to them at that specific time because, hey, it's my birthday in 2 weeks. I'm going away for Valentine's weekend. I've got a 2-week holiday to Mexico coming up. So I can't possibly do a 30-day paid trial. I can't possibly do a 6-week challenge because I know I'm going to an all-inclusive hotel with unlimited buffets and I'm going to enjoy myself and have a few beers. So at that specific moment, the consumer sees these messages and offers come to them, but it doesn't resonate with them. So what we are saying, what you're saying is, don't be stuck in your ways and look to switch your front end offer, because one offer will appeal to a certain demographic and another offer will compare to another demographic.
Yeah, and if you fine tune it and have a calendar in place, you can know that, pre-summer you might want to do a 12 week, so you can frame that it's before summer or, around Christmas and New Year. You want to frame different offers to match the time of year as well.
So like in December, we want a shorter front end offer because Christmas is a big issue for people where they completely shut down and stop and they're busy with kids' activities or going away on a holiday vacation, etc. So typically December is a shorter front end offer. Yeah. As you mentioned, as we come into maybe April, spring, we want to have a longer, a 12-week potential offer to get people locked in for summer and so on. So don't be set in your ways is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So continuing on the same theme, and we mentioned like spamming the market with the same marketing message and the same offer. Can you just break down what we do at FMA with the different technicalities of ads and what the listeners should look to incorporate into their meta strategy?
Yeah, so far we've just touched upon kind of the different types of how you would frame your different front end offer ads to acquire new customers. But you also want to have ads behind those. You want to have lead generation ads offering value to the market. You want to have social proof video testimonials pushing people to your Instagram profile, your Facebook page. Even if you want to push, warm traffic to your website to provide even more value, you need to have, one campaign that's live that's pushing people directly to buy from you, and then other campaigns targeting different demographics behind that to then nurture, because not everyone is ready to buy right now and everyone's in a different stage of their buying cycle, and you need to speak to everyone because eventually they'll be ready to buy.
So let's break it down a little bit further. What is the outcome of a sales conversion ad?
The outcome of that is purely just to get them to become a customer.
It's for you as a physical bricks and mortar gym or an online coach is to ultimately sell someone.
Yes.
What's the objective? What's the outcome of a lead generation ad?
The outcome is to get their data, and the way that we do that is by offering value. The purpose of getting their data is to build your email list.
But why do I want to build my email list?
As you build your email list, you can then nurture those people and turn them into customers in the long term.
And why would I do a mixture of sales conversion ads and lead generation ads?
So not everyone that will see the sales conversion ads is ready to buy. And then they will also see your lead generation ads. And then they might go, oh, I want whatever they're offering, the value, and they'll join your list.
The next ad is a social proof ad. So what is that and what's the objective? What's the outcome of running that?
Everyone's kind of skeptical. Sometimes it's a transformation. They might not think it will work for them. But if they see social proof, they might see someone that's exactly the same as them. It might be a busy mum or a guy that's their age. They'll see that, it will speak to them, and then they might click for more info.
And it just builds value, but also lowers their skepticism.
Yeah, and it makes you the authority in whatever niche or area that you're in.
Because you've got someone openly speaking on camera, and it could be selfie style, it could be a professional video, just saying how good you are as a service, as a product, why they were skeptical in the first place, and why you should trust them.
Yeah, and anyone can get like a written testimonial. You could fake a Google review if you really wanted to. But if it's a person speaking to camera, people buy from people and people believe what people say.
Next up is like a brand awareness campaign. So again, what's the objective? Why should people run that? And what is it?
Again, you want a brand awareness piece of content live, just to kind of build your authority, make people show that you're authentic and you're real. There's so many pages that will pop up offering quick transformations and fat loss pills and guides. Whereas if you just kind of build who you are, make yourself, it might be a local authority. It might show that you do community events or community outreach. You want to promote these and push them out to show that you're an authoritative figure in your local area.
It could just simply be a video, a tour of your facility or a tour of the back end of your online coaching program. It could be an interview with the founder explaining why they got into the industry and why they're looking to transform more people's lives. It could simply just be, we call it the drive-by video, and this is only for physical bricks and mortar gyms, but so many gyms, they're hidden on like industrial estates. They're not on shop fronts and they're hard to find. And it's literally just filming how to find your premises, and that works extremely well. It's a brand building video. Next up, let's talk about content in terms of paid ads and why it's important to do it. But again, what's the objective? Why should I do it?
Yeah, if you're not posting content organically, someone will see your ad on Instagram, for example, or even Facebook. They'll click the profile because they want to see more about what you offer, more about who you are. And if they don't see anything, then they'll go, oh, this doesn't look very real, this doesn't look authentic. Or maybe the business dried up and they've just started to open again. So you need to also post organically to reinforce, and then you can also promote that organic content because people will see it
as a paid ad.
Yeah, as a paid ad. It's quite a cheap way to run ads, and it's also an effective way to run paid ads.
For me, so many people will spend hours upon hours creating like really good educational content. They post it on the grid on Insta, and it gets 25 likes. One's your mum, the rest are a couple of clients and some friends, and you might get 1,000 views on a reel or whatever it may be, and then that content is never to be seen again. So what you're saying is, well, if you've taken this time, energy, and effort to create this really good piece of educational content, organic content, let's put some money behind it and turn it into an ad and position it in front of some people that potentially don't follow your page, that don't even know you exist.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go all the way back to sales conversion ads. So one of the biggest mistakes that we see in the industry is too many gyms, too many online coaches. All they do is sales conversion ads. We're saying that's great. Sales conversion ads are the quickest way to make money very quickly. But if you consistently just do sales conversion ads 12 months of the year, 365 days, you're basically just going to see an increase in cost on Meta, and your ads aren't going to be as successful. What you need to be doing is sales conversion ads, lead generation ads to get data. You offer them a free report, a PDF, a video training, whatever it may be, in exchange for their data. That data goes into your email list, and then you nurture them in that email list. So sales conversion ads, lead generation ads, social proof ads to give proof of concept of what you actually offer as your product or service actually works, and to help people overcome their fears and skepticism around maybe what you do. We want to do brand awareness ads to build you as an authority, to build your business as that authority, and basically not ask for the sale at all, just give information. And then we want to do content ads, which is taking your best pieces of content, putting them into the mix as paid ads to educate the audience. And when you do sales conversion ads, lead generation ads, social proof ads, brand awareness ads, and you do content ads, and you do this over a 12-month marketing calendar, and you're pushing to different offers, different creative, different copy, different landing pages, that's when your paid ads takes off. That's when you're getting leads every day. That's when you're making sales every single week. And that's when you just literally take over the local area if you're a physical bricks and mortar business, because your competitors can't keep up, because all they're doing is sales conversion ads, or all they're doing is boosting ads, and they have no real strategy. And if you're an online coach, this is when you literally just turn on the tap and you're creating thousands upon thousands in revenue, because you're getting all these leads and you're making having all these conversations and making all these sales, because you've got the firepower of Meta behind you to really just push your business out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you diversify all your messaging, you're going to speak to everyone, your email is bigger, you'll get more walk-ins, more DMs. And as you spend more on Meta with all of these different methods, everything will win.
And this is what we do for our clients at FMA, and this is what we teach. And this is when business becomes really, really fun, because you start making a lot of money very quickly, and you start changing many people's lives who potentially didn't even know you existed. And it's crazy. Like a lot of gym owners will be like, oh yeah, everyone in this town knows me. And it's like, everyone in your ecosystem knows you. But let's be real, like the town or city that you live in, there's lots of people moving house into that town and city for the very first time who don't know you. There's lots of people that have been in that town for 10, 15, 20 years. I guarantee they don't know you. You think they know you, but they don't. But you turn on the strategy that I've just talked about, and it changes the game, because suddenly you've got people coming to you. Because I know this to be true from the FMA members that we have. They'll be like, oh yeah, I signed up these new customers. They've lived in the local area 15 years. They never knew that we existed, and we've been here 10 years. It's crazy. And that's what happens when you have a strategy that works. Same for online coaches. If you're just doing organic marketing, which is the foundation potentially for everything, and that's all you're reliant on to grow your business, suddenly you turn on paid ads and you just attract a completely different set of people that didn't even know your brand or you or how you work. And as I said, that's when business becomes super exciting. So we've got two more elements to talk about. What's next?
Lead quality.
So again, a lot of these points, they do cross over, and we've sort of talked about this already. And it goes back to point number 2, which is mindset around leads, where some online coaches, some business owners, they will thrive. They just love leads because they know that, one, they can sell, and they've got an awesome product service that they can deliver on and get people results. So they are not scared to speak to anyone. They're not worried about getting rejection, and they're more than happy, and they understand that everyone needs what they are selling. But then you get some online coaches and some gym owners who a little bit fearful, a little bit scared, and normally that comes down to the fact that they've never been trained professionally in sales. They've been listening to someone and it could be a close friend or family, or it could be a business coach or mentor, that those people don't understand marketing and lead generation, and they've adopted their thinking when it comes to lead generation. The businesses that are having the biggest impact and making the most amount of money, they love leads, and they love more leads because they know that they can sell and they know that they can fulfill. Now, the question is, in Meta, how do we get ideal clients? So let's talk about one of our clients, Kirk Miller, online coach. I believe, I've not been shown anything differently, he is the most expensive online coach in the industry. He charges $5,000 front end for 90 days, and then after that it's $1,000 a month. We are running his paid ads strategy. We have done for many, many months. How are we attracting more ideal clients for him? Because it's not everyone can just drop 5K on a 90-day online program. So what are we doing for him? And this ties it back to lead quality. How are we getting him qualified leads?
The ads that we run for Kirk all stem from the messaging in the ad, creative, the copy. That will then, disqualify anyone that isn't, who we want. Then they'll go to a landing page. Again, the landing page requalifies them with the headline, the call to actions, the social proof, even the people within the social proof. They all reinforce exactly who we want, which is high performing executives, high income individuals, entrepreneurs, big people in big businesses is who Kirk needs.
That have excess money to invest to a problem to get the result they're looking for.
And then we push them through, we qualify them further, and then they go through and they book a call with his team, which again qualifies. It has yes, no's, it has questions to qualify that they can actually afford the service that he offers.
Because some online coaches and gym owners not inside the FMA network might say, oh, Meta ads don't work. All I get is tire kickers, people looking for deals, people wasting my time, people rude on the phone to me, people don't even pick up the phone to me, they don't respond to my emails, my DMs. But then you've got Kirk, who's running Meta ads and closing people at 5K.
Yeah, and if you can qualify leads on a six-figure salary, but just through Meta, then you can acquire anyone you need through there, really.
Because most people listening to this are not charging 5K front end for 90 days. They're charging hundreds, not thousands. So if it works for Kirk, it can work for you. And the reason it's potentially not worked for you in the past is you're following the wrong strategy. You're listening to the wrong people who are giving bad advice. And ultimately, there's a reason FMA have so many clients. There's a reason that so many people in this industry endorse us for what we do, is because the reason we do what we do is we get people results, and we know exactly what works and what doesn't. So going back to the topic of lead quality, people on Meta are qualified to buy your service. The reason potentially they haven't comes down to a few factors. That is maybe in control or out of control, meaning potentially you don't know how to sell, potentially your mindset towards lead generation is wrong, potentially you've got the creative wrong, you've got the copy wrong, the landing page is wrong, and so on. So that's why the leads in your mindset, not your mindset, but the leads in your thought process have not been qualified leads, where what we're saying is, like, ultimately Meta and Instagram, or Meta is Instagram, Meta works, lead generation on Meta works, and it comes down to those factors. And if Kirk can do it at 5K, so can you. What do we classify a lead? What are the data points we're looking for?
To us, a lead is if they submit their name, their email, and their phone number.
Why is that phone number so important?
If you get a phone number, you can call them, straight away. As soon as they opt in, you can have a conversation with the lead. You can find out anything you want about them. You can ask them as many questions as you want, and they'll be open and honest with you. If you hide behind email or hide behind web forms to speak and get any information, you're relying on them actually putting the effort in themselves.
I'm an online coach, I'm a gym owner. I just want people to go to my website and buy now. I don't want to speak to people.
So not everyone's ready to buy now. Not everyone's going to go on your website, fill in their information. They might have a little question box that they need to answer. People, have fears and objections that they won't fill out that form. Sometimes they will just fill in their name, their email, their phone number, and you have to speak to them.
And that's because they're scared, skeptical, they've been burnt in the past. They're worried, like, will I be the fattest? I've got this injury from 10 years ago. Will that come back? Will I be shouted at like I was in PE when I was at school? Will I be the slowest? What do I wear? Where do I park? They have all these concerns. And lead quality, the underlying thing around this is mindset towards leads and basically get really good at sales. And as I said already, fitness marketing agency, we are a marketing company, but we also heavily teach our clients sales because they go hand in hand, marketing and sales. You wouldn't just do cardio and be fit for life. And you wouldn't just do strength training and be fit for life. You need to do a mixture of cardio and strength training to get the end result that you're looking for. And it's the same if this is a warning to the fitness industry. If a marketing company is not like teaching you sales, it's a massive red flag, because sales and marketing go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And when you do that, when you learn sales, like nothing really changes with the lead quality. You just become better at sales and you'll make more money.
So our last point of this podcast is 33% profit margins.
So at FMA, we want our clients to be as profitable as possible when it comes to running their business. One of our good friends is Nikki Segal. He owns a Fitness Business Development Academy. They're a business coaching organization, and he coined this. 33% profit margin is the gold standard, and ultimately that's 33% net profit / owner compensation. So far too many people in this industry are not making enough money, and they are paying wild fees to agencies or business consultants or business mentors, which means it hampers their profit, or they're paying outrageous fees on Meta to cost per lead and cost per acquisition. So our jam on the mentor agency part, if you can just jam on the cost per acquisition, cost per lead. So those are like the two metrics we track most at FMA. Why is it important for gym owners to understand those two metrics? And then I'll tie it back with the 33% profit margin.
It's important to understand your cost per acquisition, so how much you're paying for each customer, so that you can understand if you're paying £100 for a customer and they're going to pay you £250 in return, then you need to put in £100 for every sale that you need to make. You also need to understand, your cost per lead, so you can understand how much you're paying for each, name, email, phone number you're getting, so you know what that is worth to you.
Ultimately, a good way to think about it is if you go to a casino and you're on a roulette table and the croupier spins that ball every time and it lands on the number that you pick and you win roulette every single spin, you're going to continue to stay at that roulette table. You're not going to go anywhere else. And it's the same with Meta ads. If you understand the inner workings of the dashboard, if you understand Meta, if you understand human psychology when it comes to fitness, you basically doing Meta ads is like being at a roulette table in a casino and winning every single time. Going back to what you said, if you put £100 in to acquire a customer and you know that customer is going to pay you $250 on the front end, but most will stick longer than 1 month, and most gyms will keep someone for 12-18 months. So it's understanding lifetime value of a customer as well. So cost per lead, cost per acquisition, and then lifetime value of a customer. Understand those metrics all in a line, and then that's again when business becomes super exciting, because you're winning at the roulette table every single time.
Yeah, and if you understand your CPA and you understand that you're diversifying your ads, like we've mentioned earlier, you're never going to fatigue your audience. That CPA isn't going to skyrocket after you've burnt the market for 12 months, hammering them with ads every single day. You can actually maintain it. There's no silver bullet to slash your ad costs in half.
There's no silver bullet to slash your expenses and get like really good profit margins. It's doing these little things consistently and making tweaks. Yeah. And this is why, again, at FMA, we pride ourselves on FMA clients being profitable as possible and hitting a minimum of 33% profit margin or owner compensation, because it goes back to what I said right at the start of this podcast is too many people in this industry are not making enough money versus osteopaths, physiotherapists, sports massage, because potentially they're not charging enough or they're spending wild amounts of money on advertisements. Understand how to market their product service, and they know how to sell their product service. And if you nail those two things, you're always going to be successful in business. I don't want more gyms shutting down. Independent gyms are needed. I don't want more online coaches leaving the industry because they can't make sales and marketing work. Sales and marketing are the easiest elements of running a business. And when you get aligned with someone like FMA, if you're watching this podcast, this may be your first episode, you may be a long-term fan, and you're not in the inner circle of FMA, you're not a customer of FMA, I urge you to really have a think about where you're at right now, and is there a better way of you doing things when it comes to marketing and sales? Because I guarantee there is. Look, there's success leads clues, right? There's a reason we have over 400 active clients. The majority of them are gym owners. We are growing a new side of our business, which is the online coaches, and we're rapidly growing that as well. There's a reason we have so many clients is because what we do works. We passionately care. We're in a success game, meaning like everyone who comes into FMA, if they follow the path that we've outlined, they will have success. We know that our reputation counts, and we're consistently just innovating and looking after our clients and making sure that they get the best results possible so that they can hit that 33% profit margin and basically live life on their terms. Now, if you're in startup mode or if you've been going for a few years, like you're not going to be at 33% profit margins initially. Like I remember in multiple businesses that I've had, there's been times when I've just not paid myself for multiple months, and I've had to borrow off friends and family, and I've had to really take a massive salary decrease because I knew that I was building something of significance. So you're not going to just open a business and be at 33% profit margin straight away, and it's an ongoing journey, but that should be the gold standard that you aim for. But just be careful, how much are you spending on Meta? Because we have a lot of gyms come to us, online coaches, and they have done Meta ads before. And we look in the back end of the dashboard. Can you just explain what we see from other gyms and other online coaches that have worked with other agencies, mentors, business coaches, what we see inside of their dashboard versus then the results that they get with us?
Yeah, you can see in their dashboard before that it's just guesswork. You can see like campaign on, 1 lead, £100, campaign off, no leads, £200 spent, campaigns on and off every other day. They're testing because the thing is they've not run ads themselves. They haven't grown the business themselves. You are the guinea pig for lots of these gurus.
And that is so true. And like, again, if you're thinking about doing paid ads, or if you're running paid ads right now and you're looking and you're thinking, hey, I'm not as profitable as I need to be, I need to get a better strategy in place, then I'd encourage you to book a demo call with us. That would be with me, it would be one of the team. We'll literally just share screen, we'll show you behind the scenes of our system. And then at the end of that call, you can make an educated decision if it's for you or not, and either option is okay. So for anyone listening, watching this, I recommend that you go to fmademo.co. And on there, just select if you're a gym owner or if you're an online coach, and then we'll just ask for some basic data from you, and then you'll be able to book a Zoom call, and then you'll just jump on that call, and then we'll just show you behind the scenes. We're an open book. As I said, there's a reason we have so many clients. There's a reason so many people in this industry, major corporations, individuals endorse us. It's because what we do works. Look, we can't wait for an amazing 2025 for us as a company, for our clients, and for anyone who's on the outside who's yet to become a client. I know if you come into FMA, you will slash your marketing costs. We will get you a cheaper cost per lead. You'll be able to acquire clients at a cheaper rate. You will look back, you'll turn to your spouse, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, your family members, and you'll be like, joining FMA was the pivotal point that everything changed in my business. And the reason I can say that hand on heart is because we've got so many clients that have said that to me personally and have had amazing results with our marketing expertise because of the likes of you and your knowledge when it comes to marketing and Meta, and understanding how it works to get our clients the best results possible.
And if you are looking to run ads in 2025 and you're not sure who you're going to work with, it's important to do your due diligence. There's lots of people out there. Go on their Instagram, you can see they help dentists, they're helping tradesmen, and then now they help gyms. It's important to look at who you're looking to get help from and understand if they're actually getting people results, if they're legit.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. Meta ads in 2025, you need to be doing it if you're serious about growing your business and, most importantly, impacting more people. If you want the experts, which is us in the fitness industry, to help you, go to fmademo.co, schedule a call, and we'll go from there. Cheers, guys.
Hey, if you enjoyed this episode of the Fitness Marketing Agency podcast and are looking to grow and scale your fitness business, then we can potentially help. If you visit fmademo.co, you can go ahead and book a call with the FMA team. Within that call, we will audit your business and your marketing process. And if we feel we can help you grow your business, we will show you the exact strategy that we are utilizing for 400 plus gyms across the world right now to show you how you can grow your business. So all you need to do is visit fmademo.co.